Good evening, waifus and husbandos, and welcome back to another edition of WaifuCast.
WaifuCast.
As always, I am your host, Lunakage, and with me, as always, is your host,
Orifice.
and with us, as always, is your host,
Ryusuke.
Redusuke.
Ryusuke.
This week we're going to start off with something a little different. We're going to talk about what we've been doing for the past week. We're going to start adding this as a little before the main topic segment. The main topic today is going to be rituals for gaming, like our personal gaming rituals. But before that, what we've been up to. I'm going to start. This whole week I've been watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm going to take the next couple of time segments to rave about it. It's fucking awesome.
It is awesome.
I'm like a little salty that I was at the age when it came out that I just wasn't ever gonna watch it. I was too old and too trying to be cool for Avatar. But yeah, it's a shonen.
Yeah,
It's 100% a shonen.
quite literally. It's basically one of those Western series that even Japanese people just give it the anime title.
Yeah,
It's that good.
It's that good.
Yeah.
You can't. I can understand where if you didn't give the series enough time, and I want to take a second because I hate this when people do this. If you tell me that I have to watch a whole season or a whole 2 seasons of a show before that show gets good, it's not a good show.
Yeah.
Just period. But Avatar, it's not that it's not good at the start, it's just you know so little. Like, you don't understand how much detail and how much world building there's actually going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And as things started to open up, I started to get much more interested, and it's just been fantastic.
It's really good. I really enjoyed it the first time around. I didn't get into Legend of Korra as much, but watching like the first Avatar I loved it.
In talking with Luna throughout the week, he didn't care for Korra as much either.
Yeah, not so much.
And I've actually, just in the people that I've personally talked to about it, it seems like it's pretty split there. People either really like Korra or they're just indifferent about it.
Yeah.
Like, Chapin and Kim loved it, but I was, after the first season, not that I didn't like it, just after the first season, I just never got back into it.
There were things that I liked about it, but I felt like it lost a lot of the charm that the original had. Like, it focused way too much on the teenage melodrama aspect.
Yeah, like with all the different, the love triangle and all that shit.
The love fucking
Korra being a hoe.
decahedron shit. Yeah, like Korra fucking sucked off like 90% of the characters.
And then I was like,
females
oh yeah, I like bitches now. Anyway.
Well, as far as my week is concerned, I watched, like I said, a lot of Avatar, and then I played a lot of Overwatch.
Okay.
It's Overwatch I have a really love and hate relationship with.
Yeah.
I love it when I win, hate it when I lose.
Yeah, me too. Like I love Diva and I hate playing it.
Yeah.
So you could say that I've got a similar.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a game for everyone, and to be honest with you, I think that part of the reason that I enjoy it so much is the fact that I am good at it to a degree.
Yeah.
Like, if I wasn't good at it, I'd never want to play because losing sucks.
No.
But I don't know, it's just so easy for me to be like, I'm bored, I'm going to play a couple of matches of Overwatch. It's just so easy to do that, and I think that that's why I kind of go to it.
Yeah.
So what about you guys? What have you been doing this week?
How about you, Urameshi?
Okay, so this week, as far as what I've been playing, mainly just been Splatoon. That's really the only game I've been playing this week. Been trying to come up in ranked, which has been more of a challenge than I thought it was going to be.
Tell me about it.
It's like I kind of went in with the wrong mindset with ranked. You go in and then, in Turf War, it's pretty easy to ink out a win, or the objective is so broad that it's just easy to have a constant turnover wins and loses. It's easy to get wins in Turf War. But ranked, it's there are matches where you can do good, and then matches that just you get blown the fuck out.
See, and it's very similar to Overwatch in that aspect, because like with Overwatch especially, I've been stuck in silver for a long time, and when I said earlier that I'm kind of good at the game, I don't mean to say that I'm like great or anything. It's just like I do better than the people I know on average.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to climb out of silver for a long time, and it's really hard because there's the potential to hard carry there, where like you can be the one that leads the team to victory, but the characters that are able to do that, like McCree and Soldier and Tracer, I'm not good at them, so I can't really do that. And in Splatoon, the reason I'm trying to tie this into Splatoon is I feel like a really good player can hard carry a team through Tier 4.
And that's exactly what I was about to get to. It was like there'd be matches where like I would lose, and like I would bitch because like, okay, you know, my team sucked or whatever, my team wouldn't put in work. And I mean, there really were times where like my team really did just suck. But like I was talking to like Chapin about it, and he's like, "You're basically just describing Overwatch to me." It's like, if you're losing, it's because you suck. He's like, when you're playing competitive like that, you can't think of it as a team effort. It's you versus 4 other people. And honestly, once I went in with that mindset, I really actually started to do a bit better. I started to like...
The problem, it's not even that it's a problem, it's just that the requirement for success in games like that is that everybody on the team has to have that mindset.
Yeah.
But where it's different in Overwatch is like that positioning and stuff matters, like where everybody is relative to the rest of the team is important. Splatoon, I feel like there's a little bit... I feel like grouping up is definitely advantageous, but there's definitely more incentive to split up to paint.
Yeah, you're not... Well,
I guess I'm thinking only strictly turf war, though.
If even in like ranked, it's hard. You don't want to really group up because you can get murked just like you would in turf war.
Luna fucking does not like team-based games at all. That's why he hasn't had anything to say. That's why he's shaking his head no.
But yeah, so like, you know, I played a bit of that. I don't want to harp on it for too long, and I got at least out of C-, which, I mean, I still got a ways to go, but got out of C- in just about every category. And as far as playing, that's all I did. Worked on a Gunpla a little bit throughout the week, building a...
Model Gundam, for those.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Worked on a Gundam model. Gunpla for short. Working on a Wing Zero from Gundam Wing.
The worst.
Yeah, really
I personally, I mean, I'm not going to hate on the Gundam series because I know it's revered, but I don't really enjoy them.
Not all of them are for everybody. It's really like you have to find the one that you like.
Iron Blood.
Honestly, like...
I think you'd enjoy IBO.
That's the one that I think that I would,
I think
too.
you'd enjoy G Gundam.
Yeah, G Gundam's good too. Well,
G Gundam's
I'm not
the
going to
one
say it's good
from the old
but
times that I do
like,
enjoy.
Yeah.
But it's like, G Gundam's one of the ones that, like, true fans, and I air quote that, they don't like it. They say it's garbage.
It's like not a Gundam anime.
Well, and that's what I like. I don't know how to put it. It's not quite a shonen, but it's that kind of combat anime.
The only way I can put it is
There's
like...
transformations.
It's bad, but it's
the Gundams.
good. Yeah. If that's the only way I can put it. It's bad, but it's good. I know, like, when I watched it, I know, like, okay, from an objective standpoint, this is bad, but I still enjoy it.
It's got a blue-haired female lead, back before having blue hair meant you were awful.
I'm just saying that...
I don't think Rain's hair is blue.
And you guys remember Tenchi Muyo?
Yes.
Rain's hair is brown, I believe.
I actually
the
rewatched that.
Harem, the anime?
I rewatched that a year ago. It holds up.
Does it?
Really? Okay.
Yeah, the actual series does.
What constitutes the actual series?
Well, the thing is, there are the original OVAs. There's like 3, 4, something like that. Then there is all of the spin-offs, the non-canon spin-offs.
What is non-canon? Because, I mean...
Tenchi in Tokyo never happened.
Okay.
Tenchi Universe also never happened.
Fuck, okay.
That's all the Tenchi
What
I
happened
know.
then, nigga?
99% of what you remember isn't really what happened. And
So
that's
only
what I
Tenchi-
figured out.
Only Tenchi Muyo?
Only Tenchi Ryuoki, which was here, I believe, as Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah.
Was actually what happened.
I mean, because I figured Tenchi in Tokyo wasn't canon.
Yeah, because the thing
I
is,
thought Tenchi Universe was, though.
like when I rewatched the originals, I was like, huh, I could have swore I remembered like not liking certain aspects of this a lot.
And it
like,
was those spin-offs.
And like I remember like, man, I remember my old waifu being the princess, but it's like...
Ayaka?
Yeah, but then I'm like, I also remember the princess being a fucking a prissy bitch.
Yeah.
Then I rewatch it, and she's not, and I still really love the princess, so I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So then me and Mark, my buddy, we watched Tenchi in Tokyo, which is fucking, 20, 30 episodes of just awful. Like, every single one of the characters is just
It's pretty
great
fucking bad.
beyond belief. Like, there's nothing like that. Whenever people are like, man, Ayaka is a bitch, it was Tenchi in Tokyo. Because it's like he was ruined more than anything else, I think. It was just bad. That's not even what I did this week. That was last year.
So, what did you do this
What
week?
did I do this week?
Oh, wait, let's let Ryusuke finish since we get kind of
we
behind.
gotta let him blow his load.
Okay, so my last thing I did, what I watched, I caught up on Kakegururi. That was really good.
Is that anything like Bukake?
No.
Is it that ballroom dancing bullshit?
No, that's tonight, nigga. I can't. Can we hurry up and get this so I can go watch it now? I actually, I caught up on that. I actually rewatched the first 5 episodes of Ballroom Yosuka.
I'm gonna check it out. I might hate it on it on.
I think you might dig it. You might dig it.
Probably would. My girlfriend would definitely enjoy it. So.
And I also watched.
Banging on the desk.
No.
I'm sure you did.
Your Name.
Did you cry?
No, I couldn't because I had some of the female variety with me, so I
He had to be
cry.
hard.
Would
I
you have
wanted
if you
to,
were
though.
alone?
Yeah.
Dog, I'm saying I wept like a woman.
Nigga, when that fuck, I'm like, oh,
When she.
Spoilers.
Oh, gee, I can't even, man.
that shit was raw.
Dog, that movie. If you haven't seen Kimi no Wa or
Kimi no Niwa.
Kimi no Niwa,
Yeah.
God, I should never try to. I'm gonna leave that to you, Weeds. Your Name, though, is.
Your Name is, but your name.
Your Name.
I don't get that.
The
I'm like, why
anime
don't you say
film.
your name is?
Yeah.
It's literally.
It's
Your Name
such a
Is.
good movie. It's honestly like
Hi, my name is...
it's the best romantic drama movie I think I've ever seen.
Dude,
Yeah,
did you see
movies,
that
yeah, I think
post
it was
about the
pretty good.
upcoming, like, fucking terminal cancer love story?
I don't want it.
I don't want to see it. I don't
I
want
wanna
to
see
see
it.
it. I don't want
I'm
to
gonna watch that
I
shit.
can't. What am
But-
I... No.
Like,
No.
so
You can't just open up with the line, hey, she's going to die.
I
and
feel like they
expect
shouldn't
me
have
to,
said
like,
that.
no.
They shouldn't have said that premise
No.
again.
I want to see that one, The Silent Voice or whatever.
Yeah,
I have
that
that
one I
too.
want to see it.
I was actually chatting with Chapin the night before I watched it, and he was like, "Yeah, you need to go ahead and download these two." So I
Wait, that
downloaded
one's
Silent
already
Voice. Silent Voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Oh, I
it.
didn't even know that.
And I downloaded Your Name, and Your Name was like 24 gigabytes.
Damn. Got, like, the extended Blu-ray version
No,
or something.
but like
Did
literally,
you watch it subbed?
yeah,
Yeah, I watched it dubbed.
it was the most beautiful fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, seriously, man, the art in that movie
I've
is
never seen anything like it.
It-
I was like, why is this 24 gigs? And like, when
And then
you
you
start
wa-
that bitch, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is 24 gigs.
It's like you play it on your fucking your CRT and it's still 4K resolution.
Jesus.
It's
It
crazy.
is so beautiful. That movie is just it cannot be overstated how gorgeous the art is.
It
in that
is.
movie. Oh,
It just really.
I'm getting teary eyed thinking
The
about it.
attention to detail and just everything.
I think I'm seeing Dalen's pants get tight too as
A
we
little bit.
speak.
A little bit.
So, what did you do with this?
What did
week?
I
Okay,
do
all
this
right,
week?
now, sorry, all right.
All right, I've done 2 things, and it all stems from one thing. I've been on a massive, and it's a yearly occurrence, so probably it'll happen again next year. Fucking a massive Dragon Ball kick. Because, like, with the hype surrounding Fighter Z, it's like, I want to dip my toes in it,
Right.
So it's like,
Just the tip.
yeah.
Just the.
So it's like I've been rewatching Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And
It's so good.
yes, it
It's
is.
so fucking funny.
It's like
I've legitimately never watched
You
it all the
gotta-
way through.
Okay, all the way through.
Dude,
as long as
it's-
you've seen some of it.
it's
Oh, of course I've seen some of
Okay.
it.
especially after the Saiyan arc is done. Especially after that, because like obviously your first arcs are going to be a little raw. It's when they first get started.
Yeah.
But literally, you can watch that instead of watching Dragon Ball Z. Like, you're not really gonna miss anything. Like, it was literally what Dragon Ball Kai was supposed to be, just with more humor.
Okay.
And you know, it's my
Kai
kind of...
is that, though.
It's
Kai's pretty much one for the manga.
Yeah, no, it's definitely with no filler. But when they say abridged, they mean abridged.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, we're already almost done with the Cell Saga, and they're only at episode 59. You know? And I think Kai takes, what, like, fucking...
I'm not sure.
100 episodes
How long
to
are
get
the
there?
episodes?
Like 15 minutes,
Oh,
usually. Yeah. 19 sometimes if it's really long.
That's cool if they can, like, make it funny and still be, like, true to the show.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, it's literally the best abridged series.
Yeah, that takes work.
Period. Like, it's
Did
amazing.
their Attack on Titan abridge ever pop off?
I didn't even see it.
The first 2 episodes of that shit had me crying, dog.
I know the Hellsing abridged.
That was good.
I
I
saw
didn't
the first
really
few...
like Attack on Titan that much.
I don't either, but Attack on Titan abridge was so fucking funny, bro.
Yeah, the thing is, like,
It was so
Hellsing,
fucking funny.
their Hellsing abridged series, I never even watched or followed Hellsing, but
You never seen Hellsing?
no.
Me either.
Bruh, oh,
But the abridged episodes they did were so fucking funny that I still loved it.
you have to watch Hellsing.
I don't think it's for me.
It's not for you.
It's
I don't
not
think
for
it-
you.
I don't think it's for me.
He doesn't like...
It's like, it's too grimdark.
Yeah, he doesn't... He's not... I actually... I don't want to speak for your taste. I'm only speaking on, like, what you've told me, but... He's basically like his life has been sad enough. He wants to be happy with
Yeah,
the things
pretty
that,
much.
that
It's
he
like
watches.
it's like I get
Okay.
it's badass and there's gonna be people like dying who deserve to die and shit, but at the same time it's
Not
like
always, but...
it's it's like if I turn it on and the first thing I see is like a dark shade of red every time.
Okay.
It's like our main hero, I can never relate to him because his
He's
role is literally like badass.
like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
He's a hero, but like...
Like he's not even a funny badass like a Johnny
my
would be.
bad. I'm just
But
making
anyway,
sure.
other than watching that, I've also been playing the very first ever MMO that I actually got into, and the only reason why I was able to do that is because you can play it by yourself.
Is it Xenoverse?
Xenoverse.
That's an
yeah.
MMO?
Xenoverse 2 is definitely an MMO. And the thing is that it's such a game on its own that if you don't play it like an MMO, you would never even realize it.
Wait, so you can, like, interact with people, like, in real time?
Yes.
Like, in a
I
huge,
actually
like,
did that for the
universe?
first time, like, a couple days ago. The singer in my band, he's like, oh, you play Xenoverse? Fucking, we should play. Fucking, I haven't played it in a while. So we get on and, like, we do some parallel quests and shit together. And, you know, you don't even have, it's not even necessarily a fighting game where you have to face each other. You could literally play with friends co-op through parallel quest missions.
Well, does that still constitute as an MMO, though?
Yes.
Was that this week that you did that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, like, the thing is, you know, it's got its own hub world. You can go on missions, fucking shit like that. It's got its own story mode, and it's not super long, but, you know, it's good enough. That's one of the things you play by yourself. You go through super abridged versions of each of the Z sagas, and then a couple of the early super sagas.
Okay.
Okay.
At least for Xenoverse 2. I know they stopped at, I think, right after Boo.
Word.
In Xenoverse 1.
Word.
And the thing is, like, just like an MMO, how it's like, hey, you need to, like, grind some shit for hours to get a rare drop. I'm like, yay. You know, like, fucking, that's just what I've been doing. Except I've been doing it as my cute little female Saiyan who goes Super Saiyan 3 and looks like a badass.
And I think that that's going to be a perfect segue into today's main topic, grinding rituals and other gaming rituals.
Yes.
So, we're pretty, I mean, I would assume that if you listen to this, you'd know by now that we're I feel like we could qualify ourselves as hardcore gamers. I spend a good portion of every single week
More like
playing
easy core.
Easy
core.
Yeah, whatever. But I spend a good
I
amount of-
identify as soft serve ice cream. Come on now, that was good.
Well,
Okay.
you can identify however you want to. But you keep that shit to yourself. I'm just playing.
Delicious.
Now, we're all pretty hardcore gamers, and I don't know about the fan base, you guys, but I like have some pretty specific things I like to do when I game, depending on the type of gaming I'm doing. Now, I feel like we can I'll do mine.
Yeah, you can.
Ryusuke can do his,
Okay.
and then Luna will do his.
All right.
If I'm gonna competitive game, so Overwatch is gonna be the best example because it's pretty much outside of Scrubcast for this, it's the only competitive gaming I really do. But if I'm gonna play Overwatch, the first thing that I'm gonna do is separate myself. I play on my PC, and my PC is here in our studio, so I get away from everything because I tend it really depends on if I'm winning or losing, but I tend to rage if I lose, and I like to keep that to myself. Now, music is essential. I hate playing without music unless I have people around.
You have a set playlist?
Oh, no, not at all.
No?
No, and I think that's actually something I should look into as far as increasing performance, because I know that playing with songs that have a set beats per minute and whatnot will help you. But that being said, I'm a smoker. I'm a pothead. I'm sure it's been noted.
Yeah.
So I with
Well,
Overwatch
that's coming to you straight out of Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, I figure that with Overwatch, it kind of limits my cigarette smoking because I like to light a cigarette up before a round starts. You get 30 seconds. Smoke as much as I can in that 30 seconds. Put it out about the 5-second mark, so 25 seconds of smoking, and I'll do that as I'm playing. And I won't smoke so much, but that's part of that routine. Now, if I'm going to play a story-driven game, that's where it's I got to give it all to the game, because if I let myself be distracted by anything, I'll lose track of what's happening in the game, and those types of times are the most unique for me, because the number one thing that's kind of across the board for me with gaming, except for when I'm trying to focus on a story, is I like to multitask. I have to be doing something else while I'm gaming. If it be watch something, listen to something, or have a conversation, whatever have you. I need that. I don't know. And I think it actually stems from something we talked about on a prior podcast with depression, is that I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Right.
And I've suffered a lot over the years because of that part of my ritual, because I like doing those two things at once. I always kind of only get half of each. I'm not absorbing all of anything, and that kind of sucks.
You're not fully hearing what you're listening to, and which is fine if it's music, because music can be background noise anyway. But if it's something that actually has content that you are less likely to re-listen to, like a podcast or watching a video in the background, it's one of those things where you're barely going to hear whatever the video or podcast is presenting, but then when you go back to it later, when you're ready to watch a video and give it its attention, you'll see it and you'll be like, oh, I already watched this
Yes, and then it's content you just completely miss out on. Yep. See, for me, games like Persona 5 kind of can tie together two different types of things for me, because there was those story-driven moments where the reason it took me 130-something hours to... what did I clock 160?
I think it was closer to 130.
Maybe take 30.
No, I think that I finished the game at 165.
That's where I finished it. You sure you're not thinking wrong?
No, because I have more time than you.
Are you sure?
Because he wasted.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. You have to definitely
I'm just saying because 165 was literally exactly.
It took me forever to beat Persona 5 because I had to.
You had 130 hours or something like that.
Well, I had an honest over 100 hours for sure.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Okay.
The point was that it took me forever to beat that game because I had to pay attention to the story segments, and I have a child, so I'm in constant distraction. So I would have to leave scenes just on and wait until I could come back to it to pay attention to it. But Momentos in that game, the grinding dungeon, gave me the ability to utilize my grinding rituals, and this is my favorite part of being a gamer and the particular sect of gaming I love grinding, because grinding is where the game becomes mindless for me, where the game is just boiled down to a science. But Persona was a little different because fucking up in combat, even just a slight mistake, it's not something you can just press X to attack through all the time. But by and large, in any game that requires grinding, I can just boil it down to a mindless task, and then I can watch my video, or not really watch videos, but I can listen to my podcast or my music, and whatever.
Here's the thing about grinding that a lot of people don't necessarily seem to understand, because I know a lot of people don't like grinding.
A lot of people people look down on it from what I see.
and like
There's a huge part of the gaming community that if a game has grinding, it's a worse game to them.
Yeah. And like the thing is, when people don't understand why someone would like it, here's what I liken it to, right? And I know for sure you'll understand this.
Me as an orifice.
Yeah, grinding to me is like hanging out with a friend that you know so well that you don't even have to do anything. You're just hanging out by being around each other.
I feel you on that.
Like, and it's especially become apparent with me and Xenoverse recently because I've been doing some grinding in that. And like I'll do my same grinding ritual, which is like the same as yours. But recently with Xenoverse, you know, I plug my headphones into the laptop and like put on the top 10 video, like of you know, just any random top 10 channel where it's narrated. Just because I like hearing their voice and maybe hearing some of the
jingles and stuff,
some of the quips that they'll say, like, because I still absorb some information. And the thing about stuff like that is that I know a lot of random information already, so it's not one of those things like you listen to any 3 fucking top 10 lists that are on the same subject, and they'll share at least 5 similar entries. So it's like it's one of those things where I'm going to be rewatching content anyway.
Right.
So it's okay if I don't like fucking give it my full attention. And a lot of times when I am just watching videos on YouTube, like maybe I'll eat cereal or something, but I am just watching videos, I can't watch a top 10 list really because like it's hard to give something like that my full attention because
right.
It's not always. So those type of videos are perfect for grinding for me. So, you know, when I'm playing Xenoverse and I'm doing that, and the last couple of days I'll be at work looking forward to getting home and grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that is something new. Like, I've always enjoyed grinding, but I've never looked forward to the grind from my daily grind. Like, I'm at work grinding some of that real life Zenny, and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get home and try and get that fucking trying to get that new Strike Ultimate.
I've had
see
like
how long it takes me to drop that.
I've had long periods of time where I was unemployed, so like I've come to have like a fond appreciation of grinding because it's so it's as peaceful as gaming gets as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
There's a serenity to it because like for me grinding is something I can control.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's only as hard as I make it for myself at any point. Like I remember one of my fondest memories of grinding is actually with a DS game, Dragon Quest IX. It was actually you were there. It was Kevin's parents were camping and he had the house to himself, and we all stayed at his house and we had people over and we went to go get the iPhone the next morning.
Was that the iPhone, like the original iPhone?
It was the iPhone 4.
Oh, okay.
I had that shit reserved and got that shit day one.
Reserved.
Dog, you gotta understand. That was in the time when Android phones weren't the shit.
I had definitely made the switch at that point.
I hadn't. I've made the switch
I still
now.
have a flip phone.
See, I regard the iPhone 4 as like one of the last really good iPhones.
I think that it was the last time the iPhone had an edge on Android that because basically, and we're only going to take a second here just because the iPhone since the iPhone 4 has been playing catch up with Android. Every feature that they add to the iPhone has been something that Android did before them. It might be better, and that's the one thing that I will give Apple credit for is consistency with their hardware. Like, you can own an Android phone for a long time and take care of it if you're a smart person, but the average person, their phone's going to be sluggish by the time a couple years have passed. The iPhone doesn't have that as bad.
Mine's pretty bad right now. And I've had it for like 2.5
Android
years.
phones wear over time, and iPhones are just
That's
better
true.
made. They're like, even though they might not be technologically superior, they're superior from a manufacturing standpoint.
So my stance, my very abridged stance on Apple products, Apple as a company I do not like. Steve Jobs, fuck that guy. He's dead.
He is dead.
He did.
I don't like the PCs. They're not PCs. They're Macs. You know, the computers. I don't like the MacBooks, computers. I don't like.
I think they're good for They're good
Some of the
for
programs
editing.
are really good. Yeah.
They're
great for music and stuff too. From what I
they
know.
are they have their uses certainly, but not for a day-to-day standpoint.
And I don't like their phones, but what I do like, and it's kind of weird that I like iTunes as a program. I know. Long before I ever had an iPod, I used iTunes as my music program.
I'm sorry.
And then I got an iPod, and I still like my iPod. I got an iPod Classic.
Oh, so you have the massive boy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
dude,
Like-
those are I wish I had
that's a
one
lethal
of
weapon.
those.
I know.
What size is it? 250?
No, it's 160.
Still though, one.
It's still way more than I'll ever need too.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring it back.
All right, yeah, let's get it back.
Okay,
on
all
topic.
right. So are you good? Or we're gonna move on to me because I feel like
No,
we
fuck
kind
you.
of broke the format.
Well, that's fine because it was all part of the thing.
Okay, I just didn't.
It's a conversational podcast. If you want structure, go find a structured podcast.
Yeah,
Go listen
I
to Easy
mean,
Allies.
we tell you what's gonna happen.
Yeah. We tell you what this is going to be about. If you don't like it, you don't got to listen. If you do like it, then we love you.
So, as far as grinding goes for me, it's something that's peaceful. It's like I said, something that I can control, and I don't know that I would say that I've ever looked forward to it like you were saying, but I've never like been like, God damn it, I have to grind. This fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Never have I ever felt that way about it.
And like the great thing about grinding too is that it's one of those easy things that is improving your blank.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like whatever it is that you're grinding, you're gonna get it. And the thing is, like, grinding is very different depending on the circumstances. Like, just because I like grinding doesn't mean I'll like grinding no matter what the terms are. And a good example of that is there are two specific things I'm grinding right now. Well, there's three things I'm grinding in Xenoverse. The first thing I'm grinding TP medals.
Okay.
That's it's the special currency, and it's the only currency you can use to buy special skills from the weekend-only TP shop. But that is easy to grind. Literally, I go into Expert Mission 16. It takes 2 minutes. I get 16 TP medals from it. And I don't got, just go through it. It's very easy, very quick, and I get results, right? I can get 300 within like 40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Not a big deal. Another thing I like to do in Xenoverse 2 is farm Dragon Balls, because like you can make a lot of wishes, and by the time you get to level 83, that's pretty much the way you're going to level up, because experience is dumb at that point. But that's really easy. I just go to Parallel Quest 23, kick Frieza's ass, kick the 3 time patrollers' asses, and I got a 1 in 3 chance, or I have a certain amount of chance of getting a Dragon Ball from each one of those guys.
Okay.
So each one of those has a chance of dropping a Dragon Ball. And like literally it takes me maybe 5 minutes, like at max. I think sometimes 3 doing that quest. And again, I could have all 7 Dragon Balls in like an hour.
Yeah.
Right? Like an hour to grow 3 levels, because one of the wishes grows 3 levels, instead of like a regular MMO where an hour it's like, well, I got 25% experience needed.
Oh god.
Can't wait to reach my
I hated
level
that in
cap.
Final Fantasy 14.
And like those are great. Those are awesome. One thing I don't like grinding are specific item drops.
Yes, because random chance.
Yeah, because it's RNG, but it's not always bad. Like, for example, if I was trying to get the random drop from either one of those 2 things I just mentioned, it'd be the same. At 2 minutes, done. I'll know right then and there. However, I'm trying to get this strike ultimate called Victory Rush. It's Parallel Quest 89. Guaranteed 12 minutes. You got a 15-minute time limit. It's guaranteed to take you about 12. I'm level 99. I combo into super whenever I get a chance to. It's literally like fucking they drop like flies when I touch them. Takes me 12 minutes. 12, 13 minutes. I played it 4 times last night in about an hour, because I took breaks between the 2. Every time the fucking results screen shows up and I don't get that special move, I'm like, fuck this whole thing.
I hate this game.
Because literally, that's a situation where that's 12 minutes wasted.
That's why I didn't do MMOs.
Nothing. I'm getting nothing from
Dude,
that.
imagine WoW. Okay, so like in WoW, you've got to go through a raid, which has multiple parts.
There are raids in Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Yeah, multiple major boss fights and whatnot, and certain ones have certain chances to drop certain items. And it's like you get through, and it's not quick. Like, even if you're great and you're geared for it and you figured it out, it's still going to take you fucking a half hour or so. And it's like, you go through that over and over again, queue for it too, because it's not something you can just fucking instantly go into and whatnot, and you fucking don't get those items. I couldn't do that ad nauseum. That's the kind of grind, because it's that is a waste of time. But I wanted to just mention the aside that I like the fact that if you enjoy grinding, you can kind of apply that mentality to your real life. You can look at everything as grinding.
Kinda, yeah.
Any kind of skill, if you're trying to cultivate it, just look at what you have to do to cultivate it.
That's why people call it the grind when you go to work.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're grinding for money at that time, though.
Yeah, except it's my grinding in Xenoverse is much more enjoyable than my grinding at work. Because, like, what, an hour of grinding gets me fucking $9-something, and then every hour they take some of that away,
right?
And taxes. So, like, here's a percentage of what we said you'd make an hour,
right?
And I'm like, wow, this wasn't worth it.
It only seems like it's worth it because you get it in a lump sum.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like, if I go to McDonald's and pay $9, I get to be good for at least like 4 hours.
Then you just gave away like an hour.
I gave an hour of my life so that I can live. Yeah.
For 4.
For 4.
Well, I mean, I'm going to live longer than that, even if I didn't eat 4 hours later. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like
you would live for some time.
Yeah. Like when you think about that, when you go to the store, you're like, man, do I really want this bag of Doritos? Let's see, it's $5. That's 30 minutes of my life that I dedicated to getting this bag of Doritos. Plus the time it took to walk to the store and interact with these people I didn't like. And then the time
God, I would hate life if I literally just thought about it that way all the time.
That's not the way. All right, so Ryusuke, since you've talked the least,
okay,
go ahead, tell us some of your shit.
All right, cool.
Gaming rituals.
So, so I'll start like with you did. So, like, when I'm playing some competitive, like, say, like, I'm gonna play Splatoon, or like when I did play Overwatch, or just anything like that, I booted my computer. You know, got my dual screen shit going on the TV. Got my game.
Pants on or off?
Off.
Define pants.
I don't wear pants unless I have company.
Like, are we talking about like pants, or is this pants?
Are you wearing? Are you naked from the waist down, or do you have?
No. I either have my boxers or some shorts.
Oh, you got a leather couch, so you're like, I'm not sweating up my leather couch.
I don't sit on that bitch. I paid too much money to sit on that.
What?
You know,
it's like, look at this Ferrari. I keep it in the fucking garage.
Hey, dude, people do that shit.
I know.
He's got it covered in plastic and shit like that. I didn't even unwrap that bitch. I bought it, had it delivered, and it's been like
I was paid $2,500 for that fucking couch. I did not sit on it. Fuck
I
that.
sat on it.
Well, I don't mind if a guest comes and sit on it, but I'm not about to wear that bitch down. It's one thing to have people come and sit on it every now and then, but I'm not going to sit on it.
Why did you buy a couch? You gotta have the cushion that you wore down for you.
I'm not wearing that bitch down. That's $2,500 fucking dollars.
Why'd you spend?
Nigga, that's leather. A leather.
Did you buy it to look
sectional.
at? Why didn't you buy $2,500 painting, motherfucker? If you wanted to just look at that shit.
No, that shit's whack.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
So is buying a couch
and not sitting on
and
it.
not using it. Like, you know what? I got a futon at home that is now basically my couch because I have a bed now. And even when I'm not sitting on it, I put shit on that thing.
I mean, I'll like drop my bag or something on there, but I don't sit on that house. Fuck that. Well, anyways, so yeah.
And your bag gonna wear it out?
Nah. It's a light bag. Speaking of that, I gotta condition my
Just
couch
hang
when I
your
get
dick
home.
off and you won't wear it out.
Yeah, that'll help. That's about 50% of your body weight right there. It's just that.
Just let it unfurl onto the
Yeah.
floor.
Roll it out like a red carpet for all your waifus at the door.
If you were white, you'd be blushing.
Break inside like, yeah, I'm Erica,
Probably.
whatever her last name is that you like so much.
All right, so what are your gaming rituals?
Okay, so if I'm playing something competitive,
if you're playing some competitive,
I got my headphones.
you got your headphones.
And I have a set playlist that I have for playing competitive games. Got some DMX on there.
Set playlist DMX
X
on there.
don't give it to you.
I got some DMX on there. I got some Lil Jon.
Yeah!
I got some, I got that Crunk Juice on there.
Crunk Juice.
Yeah. It's a good album. You should listen to it.
You never even been crunk in your life.
You don't know my life.
I always thought crunk was like another word for crunchy.
I don't know.
No, crunk means you're
I'm
high
telling you,
and
dog,
drunk.
you go on a fucking Overwatch, put on that Crunk Juice, you'll be gold tonight, nigga.
You're not lying either.
You'll be gold
I need
tonight.
to just bump. See, man, we got to do a music podcast one time, but
We
not
really
today.
do. Okay,
Yeah.
one day, but not today. But yeah, I'm not.
Speaking
for
of that, though, and this is a little aside, there is a podcast where they actually go through each of the Coheed songs and talk about what the lyrics are referring to in the story.
Oh, because the album story.
Yeah.
Is it on Pornhub? Because it sounds like it would make me hungry.
Right. I heard about that from my friend Jay. I'm like, word? You know? So yeah, I forget what it's called. I think it's called the Amory Score. I believe that's what it's called.
That's even a cool name.
I know. So
Derek
one of us
Wilson
or all of
podcast.
us should
Go
check
join
that
this
out.
fucking-
Wrap it up.
No, but yeah, I
I'm
haven't.
gonna take you on a journey, bro.
You ever felt this in your life? Psych! Stop, you gonna let me break this fucking shit! Oh, this shit wasn't ready. Well, is it good? I really thought I broke it.
Oh,
I really thought I broke it
we're
for a
never
minute.
gonna let you talk about
Oh,
your
shit.
gaming results.
Okay, so yeah.
Copyright Dave Chappelle, Comedy Central.
But yeah, I get my hype music going. And that's really all I do for competitive. Like I usually have my headphones on or whatever. But I can't talk shit because you can't talk shit in Splatoon because Nintendo sucks.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like that, bro? As far as like single player games go, if I'm playing something story heavy, I've got my platinums on.
What's that mean?
My platinum headset.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Word.
Got that on, full blast, immersed myself. The only time I did sit on my couch was for Persona 5. That was a rare
It was
occasion.
very special.
Yeah, I'm like,
Because
I can
everyone
understand
else was wearing leather, so you felt like you kind of needed.
yeah, I get my blanket, I wrap myself in it. sit on
Pretend
the couch.
pretend you're lying on top of
Man.
a photo or something.
Persona 5 was probably the best gaming experience I've had.
It definitely
amazing.
revived my fucking passion for games in general.
Well, I couldn't tell you the last time that I dedicated that time to a game from start to finish without like a massive break in between.
I did it with Final Fantasy, but
Which Final Fantasy?
15, surprisingly enough. Before I knew
That
it
trash.
sucked. You do.
I wanted to like it. I tried to.
You don't know that game sucks until you beat it.
Dog, as soon as I watched a video of the Adamantoise, I knew I was never playing that shit.
Yeah, that's the worst part of the game. Literally, like I did that after I beat the game.
That
fight
fight's so
was
busted.
so dumb. It's so dumb. But yeah, like for example, Final Fantasy, like I had no headphones on the whole time, just to kind of immerse myself in it. Or like if I'm doing, if I'm grinding, let's say like I'm playing Gravity Rush and I just want to be comfy as fuck collecting gems. I like have like a podcast or something on in the background, or some type of YouTube video or political commentary or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Political commentary.
So
Yeah,
let's
like some Sargon Rakad or something like that.
yes,
Shout outs.
and
Hell yeah.
this
You know what? I'll tell you something that I want to talk about Sargon Avocado a little bit because
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not going to criticize him or anything. I'm not going to take a
I
stance.
don't know. I'm just saying, like a
I
lot
like
of niggas
him.
hate Sargon.
I like him, but I also feel like for someone who tries to put themselves out there as like a like source for information, he looks over a lot of shit.
Definitely.
Like, I feel like, I guess because by the nature of what we're talking about here, it's going to get slightly political, but with the situation in North Korea
You don't have to
currently,
take it here if you don't want to.
I
Jesus.
I don't understand why he hasn't commented on that or had any kind of position, or like why people like that don't take positions on stuff like that. It seems to me like it's only focused on like social justice and hating
I
on
would
it.
say one, it's what makes him his money.
You're right. Like it's.
So you think it's just like content geared towards the audience?
Yeah.
To an extent,
sure.
yeah, definitely to an extent, you know.
And that's fine. Like I said, I'm not criticizing necessarily. It's just like I can only watch him when I want particular types of information.
Sure, but I think that's how you should be with anyone, though.
Right.
You should never have like one person that you trust everything to ever.
Yeah.
That's
like
true.
ever. I mean, even though
Sargon of Akkad's like I feel like the reason why a lot of people don't like him, and his one caveat is that he definitely takes a stance.
Yeah.
He is not trying to like Phil DeFranco is another person who I watch with some regularity, and I like him because even though he definitely takes a stance, he tries to present the information from both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
In most cases, even though he might pick a side himself, he definitely like gives the other sides. Not I wouldn't say gives them their due, but he like at least represents it.
I put it this way: if a person you watch wants to take a stance, that's fine. I think it's up to you to acknowledge what stance they're taking and see what you can take from it, and then go to whoever you think might present the least biased information from the other stance, and then you just kind of decide for yourself.
Fan stand.
I mean, we didn't have to go there, but sure.
I don't know if I know what that means.
Fan stand is a movement
Oh God.
that encourages
So yeah, these gamer
the
rituals.
body shaming of cosplayers.
So these gamer rituals, my nigga.
And was created by the most oppressed.
Stop.
We won't call her out.
Alright, no.
But yeah,
no.
it's a movement, and I feel like she's gonna get traction just because there are so many dick riders in the world.
Definitely, but
But yeah, apparently it's very hurtful and severely damaging to the cosplay community to be at all critical of their cosplays.
I mean, unless you're on locale and you just do it behind closed doors.
Because heaven forbid.
The ones who are the most critical of cosplayers are other cosplayers. So
Yeah.
I don't understand what the fuck they're going on
The same
about.
chicks that preach
It's
all
like,
that shit are the
oh,
same ones that talk shit.
we should not let what men think is beautiful but then they're fucking going there saying, oh, that bitch was fat, I'm a better Yoko
My
than
whole
she
thing
was.
is like,
Why do you need a movement for this? Why, like, honestly, dude, if it's like some nerdy guy that you rejected because he's weird and creepy or whatever, and he insults your cosplay, calls you fat or whatever, why do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
Why do you care? Like, honestly,
Well,
if you're
because-
making any type of money off this shit, shut the fuck up and just eat that shit.
Yeah.
Like, everybody else in the world who's an artist.
See, the thing
Air
is,
quote.
they don't want those creepy people to be able to hit on them, but at the same time,
They
they
wanna
also
suck their
want
money, too.
they want them to.
This person who crafted this movement is the movement is, you know, we want nobody to body shame and all this. No, basically no criticism, be it legit or not, when it boils down to body shaming. This person also, I don't know, man. There's so many things. Like, if you're a games reviewer and you post a review for a game that you didn't beat, you're trash. That's a garbage thing to do. Not saying anybody did that.
who did that?
Anywho,
So here's how we can tie this back into gaming rituals, because I do have another gaming ritual that does tie into that.
tell me.
Whenever I am currently hooked on a game, that is going to be 90% of the porn I look up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
So after a good grinding session, I go for a good cranking
I
session.
don't know if I've ever done that.
Really?
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
like fucking.
That's I'm not. You know, I'm obviously not gonna go and say that I'm above porn or anything like that. But game porn, animated porn, it's never done it for me.
If you like dojins, that's where you're gonna get your most quality porn for like video games. Like the
I
SFM
will
stuff
just
can be
have
okay.
sex.
Okay, nigga, but let's say like you couldn't.
Well, you
for
have
whatever
a cute
reason.
cosplay girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not all of us are as blessed.
I know, right? Let's just say you just felt like being a nasty nigga that night. Dog.
Well, dog, I felt like being nasty a lot of the times. It just doesn't involve anime porn.
She can top you. Like with that screaming eagle we were talking about last week.
Jalopy on her topping.
It's like, yeah.
I
Like,
forgot about that. That was awful. Who said that?
I think that.
Oh,
yeah,
you
one of
old
guys
piece
said
of
that.
shit. That's such a terrible thing.
Like,
So,
I mean, yeah, like, I know the Tales series has, like, some okay dojins.
I wouldn't know.
I just like looking at hentai.
That's fine.
And
I mean,
then
There's not any
masturbating.
good,
I
like...
don't think there's anything real. Like, I mean, it's alien to me in the sense that I don't do it, but it's not weird. I
No,
mean,
it's not weird. I don't
it's
think
like
it is.
I don't know. I mean, animated or not, you're still watching women get fucked.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
I
the
mean,
point.
what's
Yeah.
really weird about that? I mean, some anime chicks are hot as fuck.
Yeah.
I just have to.
And some real life chicks are ugly as fuck.
Hell yeah, especially ones that run movements against cosplay
Oh,
shaming.
man.
I hate her.
No comment. No comment.
Dog, you commented.
I'm not
I hope she
commenting.
one day watches through this.
I hope she randomly becomes our biggest fan one day, and then,
You wanted to try
and then,
that
wa-
friendship,
and
dog.
then watches our backlog and is like, "Oh my god, that's me!" But then becomes
I
a
swear
super
to you,
fan.
I'm gonna make Trevin design me a shirt that says "Man Stand."
Dog.
Rip out Jocker logo and everything, and make it like just a dick or something.
I'll
Just
cry.
have Heihachi dicking a missile on it,
Man Stand.
which we have, by the way.
Yeah,
By
Yeah,
our new
missiles.
shirt.
yeah,
the
we have.
I Dick Missiles
If you
shirt.
followed through the canon of WaifuCast and watched our Tekken video, you will understand the reference here. But I Dick Missiles is available on Redbubble.com.
Hey, no,
Search
real talk.
WaifuCast Productions.
I'm about to buy a mug next week, bro.
Word.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I really like. I was looking at like the I Dig Missile shirt, and I just like went through to see what all the stuff was. I'm like, yeah, that mug is kind of fire. I kind of need that.
Dude, I could get one of the mugs and like treat it like it's a figure, you know, like kind of put it on display instead of.
I would use it because I mean I drink coffee all the time, but yeah.
I don't drink coffee, and the things I drink require much more than a mug
Yes.
in order to satiate my thirst.
Okay, man.
Well, I don't know. I really, 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 really don't like stupid ass movements.
You know, like bowel movements. What's up
But
with
yeah,
that shit?
I am gonna do that. For real. I swear to Christ, I can't wait to meet her at UMACon. Because I want to have the shirt and just be as polite as
I'm so
possible.
glad
And
she
just like,
didn't watch this. I'm so glad she's never watched a single episode of anything I've ever
yeah, because she's trash, and I've talked passive aggressive shit to her too hard, and she didn't like it.
Yeah.
Because she's soft, exactly like I said.
She identifies as soft serve ice cream.
With that being said, I think we should get going.
Kind of
Getting
went off the
going?
rails a little bit here,
lot.
but I mean, like, you know, this was.
This is a conversational podcast. If you haven't accepted it, we love you anyways.
We're probably not for you if you don't like it. I'm
That's
sorry.
true. That's true.
Fucking, we keep getting
Wait,
like.
we're about to skip the new segment.
What new
Did
segment?
we have
Oh,
another
the
new
wi-
segment?
weekly waifu.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Weekly waifu. Are we each gonna pick one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Just one for the week.
All right.
Wait, we're all gonna pick one, or
Yeah.
we're all collectively going to pick
No,
a
we're just-
single one?
Yeah, we're just gonna pick. You do one. I do one.
So
Okay.
3.
Yeah, three.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
because y'all motherfuckers want to insist on this waifu shit, and you want to insist on. Wait, so you know what? No, I just Daenerys Targaryen because she is fire,
Yeah, just
literally.
picked a fucking 3D woman. Oh god. Anyways.
A real woman.
3D women.
Go ahead.
gross. No,
What's your guys' waifus?
for this week, let's see who would I pick. I'm just coming off of watching Bawari Yakuza, so I'm gonna go with my girl Shizuku from Bawari Yakuza. Even though she was on my honorable mentions last week, it still carries.
My waifu for this week is probably the most important waifu of WaifuCast history, and that is
Damn it, you can't just speak.
Orifice's girlfriend.
Is that allowed?
Yes.
How are you? How come you get to pick?
Because
her?
you didn't.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, she's the
Hey,
waifu
dog.
of my life.
Exactly.
I fight this.
That's
nigga, bro.
why if it wasn't for her, you would not be happy right now. we wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, but she's my waifu for life.
Yeah, you can't make her
And
your
for
wife,
today,
dude.
she's my wife.
That's fine. You can have her in spirit.
Yeah. She needs to get some shout-outs.
All right. Well,
You just gonna let that ride?
we're gonna get out of here. Yeah, because I love my girlfriend.
Yeah. And it's good that we love her too.
You're not gonna peg up on this nigga then?
Peg. That's gay.
I will most certainly be peeing on his pillow before he gets home. Mark, let him
Trying to
know.
instigate this shit.
This ain't Detroit.
Okay, all right, and
Hey man, see me in Blaze Blue.
I don't want to play Blaze Blue anymore.
No.
I uninstalled it from my phone.
From your phone.
All right. Well, we're gonna go away for a while. Or while we're away,
Don't forget your waifu.
bye, foo.